Day 27, meal number one. Got up, got on the meditation cushion a little, got a cup of coffee, had maybe an eighth of a cup of whole milk as like a creamer. Then I decided, well, I ran out of milk, so went to the store and I'm thinking like, well, okay, I have increased my fat intake a little bit. And okay, what would it be like if I kind of go back a little bit to, say, 2% milk? Like, will I live? Yes. I'll probably live longer if I go to 2% milk. So that's, it's more life-giving, right? I think we should have a little bit of fat. Ideally, our fat would be the better types of fat, like the fat that is found in salmon, the fat that's found in macadamia nuts, the fat that we find in avocados are going to be a better fat than, say, corn oil, okay? Or infinitely better than hydrogenated soybean oil. Now, we saw yesterday at one of our meals, we have these tasty whole wheat tortillas. And we saw that one tortilla had 170 calories. We're not counting calories too much, but we did kind of look at some comparisons. Now, I'm getting ready to have meal number one today, and I haven't really been hungry. It's about 4 or 5 hours after I woke up. I had that quarter cup or eighth of a cup actually of milk in my coffee, and I had like all of my supplements, which are kind of like a meal. I showed you the whole supplements. We'll do another supplement segment and talk about it, and I'll share with you a little bit of what my research is about supplements. And but we know that this one tortilla has 6 grams of protein. I'm reading from the package, the back has 27 grams of carbohydrate, 4.5 grams of fat, 170 calories. So what are breakfast items that we could think about having? Well, the go-to move would be 2 of these hard-boiled eggs right here, and we take out the egg yolk, and maybe like a handful of this broccoli. There's my breakfast, okay? And that with a few macadamia nuts, ideal breakfast right there. Maybe 1/8 to 1/4 of an avocado, ideal breakfast. Ideal every single meal. We did talk about how one of these tortillas would be the same amount of calories as this entire bowl of like 10 eggs. Take out the egg yolk. It would be the same amount of calories as 1.5 packages of this salmon. Here's a strange but true fact. Same amount of calories as about this much popcorn. Same amount of calories as this mound of broccoli and cauliflower. Actually, I ate from it last night, so picture it a little bit bigger. Same amount of calories as there's about 6 cups of greens right in here, right? Isn't that interesting? Okay. Well, we could have potato chips for breakfast, and I was noticing at the store how they try to, I thought I bought one that was not reduced fat. It was interesting because this is look at this, 40% reduced fat for Cape Cod potato chips. Notoriously delicious. Look, they're original. They're non-GMO verified. This has to be good for us, right? It's advertising 200 calories per bag. Wow, what a deal, right? Well, what does the reduced fat have here? It's 9 grams of fat. That's 40% less than a regular Cape Cod potato chip. 3 grams of protein, 27 carbohydrates, and 9 grams of fat. The regular one has a little bit more carbohydrate, I believe, and a little bit more calories, 220 versus the 200. If we were to compare that to just say corn chip, right? So here's some blue corn chips that we have around here. And for this, serving size would be about 16 of those corn chips. Remember, I have that mound of corn chips out. 16 of those, roughly, is 140 calories. All right, so 2 grams of protein, 18 grams of fat, not quite half, but less. 18 carbohydrates, right? 7 grams of fat, 140 calories. So, you know, this is obviously a better choice than the potato chip. The corn is a better glycemic index than the potato chip. Both of them are a terrible choice for breakfast, though. I'm telling you right now. We want to start our day like on a good note, as best as humanly possible. Potato chips for breakfast, not part of the plan. If you had one, take a normal serving size, cut it in half, then cut it in half again. Cut it in half again. Keep cutting it in half till you come down to one chip. Cut that one chip in half, and then save the half, both halves. Save it for later. Just have it at any point later in the day. And enjoy 2 hard-boiled eggs. Here they are right here. And a handful of broccoli, like this handful of broccoli. Just eat that just because you can, okay? If you need something with greater amount of fat, aim for the 1 ounce of cheese. So here's a piece of cheese. It's about the size of the palm of my hand. A 1 ounce serving of cheddar cheese. Let's look at it. 7 grams of protein, 0 carbohydrates, 9 grams of fat. How many calories? 110 calories. It's less calories. It turns to sugar super slow. Our body's going to use the protein in this to help build muscle. Infinitely better choice than potato chips. The fat is going to make it somewhat satisfying. To make sure I get the right size, it says 24. So we take the whole block. There's half. Cut the half in half again. There's half again. Okay? Now, 24, this should be from here to here 6 slices. From here to here should be 3. So I already took a slice off of one side. It was actually the other side, right? So here's this should be, okay, half. This should be 12. This should be 6. Cut it in half right here. Okay, so this should be from here to here 3 slices. So 1, 2, 3. There's my slices. I've got 1 ounce slices now ready to go, I'm going to control or at least manage. I'm going to pay attention. So there's a slice, there's a slice, there's a third slice. I'm going to get 24 slices. This is, you can see about right there. So I know I've got 1 ounce of cheese right there. That is going to be 110 calories, 9 grams of fat, kind of high in fat. It's not exactly the right kind of fat. Avocado would be a better choice. It's got 0 carbohydrates and 7 grams of protein, right? So lowering our A1C means eating mainly more protein, lean, good quality protein, much less carbohydrates, good quality carbohydrates, meaning low glycemic index. This turns to sugar very much more slowly than I've got popcorn here, much slower than popcorn. So this is a better choice. This is a better choice. This potato here has one average size potato is going to have about 5 grams of protein. It's going to have about roughly somewhere between 55 and 60 carbohydrates. And for the fat content, hardly any at all in terms of fat. Calories for this is going to be roughly in the ballpark of about 250 calories, right? So if I cut this in half, this potato, by the way, we're not talking about frying it. We're talking about boil it, or you can put it in the microwave for like 5 minutes and you have like a baked potato. Half of this potato is about the equivalent in terms of calories in the ballpark of one of those tortillas. Okay, half of this potato is equivalent to this entire thing of broccoli. Just half of it, right? Half of this potato is equivalent in calories to this pile of eggs. Take out the yolk, egg whites. Half of this potato is equivalent to about, in calories, maybe 1 slice of cheese. Okay, this turns to sugar super fast. This turns to sugar super slow. This is jam-packed full of like extra fat, extra stuff, potatoes, vegetable oil, canola oil, safflower oil, right? It doesn't have too many other ingredients in it. This bag is 200, so imagine that. So this potato, what would you rather eat? A whole potato or this bag of potato chips? This has a lot more compared. It's a lot. If you smash these potato chips down, you're going to get like 2 tablespoons of potato. This is obviously an infinitely better choice than this, but half of this is the equivalent to all of this, to all of this, all of this. These are obviously better choices. Half a potato is equivalent to all of this popcorn. All right, so you see where I'm going with this? I'm kind of just comparing things a little bit. I hope that you're able to follow a little bit the logic of this. For breakfast this morning, can you guess what I'm going to have? Maybe you thought maybe I would have all this. You saw these yogurts here? Well, this one's got to be good. What? Look, La Yogurt. La Yogurt, it has to be good. It has probiotics in it. It supports immunity and digestive health. It says so right there. Original low fat, vitamins A and D are added to that. That's got to be good. Look, a blended low-fat yogurt, and it has other natural flavors. It's got strawberry, La Yogurt. It has a fancy French name. We all know that French women are super skinny. This has to be like, God, how would you like to be a French woman that doesn't fit the mold that people, the stereotype? So, it's like La Yogurt, French women. Yes, this has to be good for us. Let's look at it and see what's in here. Man, there's a long list. It starts with pasteurized grade A milk. Very good. Second ingredient, sugar. Where's my trash can? Second ingredient, sugar. Holy cow. Okay, so serving size is 1 container. What does it have? 5 grams of protein, 30 carbohydrates, 1.5 grams of fat, relatively low, so it's got to be good for you, right? 160 calories. This yogurt, actually, I'm going to say half of this potato is a better choice than the yogurt. I hate to say that because, it turns to sugar fast. Well, guess what? This is second ingredient is sugar. It turns to sugar as fast as sugar does. It appears and it's sold as something healthy. This is the least of the sea of stuff I have in front of me. I hate to say it. This yogurt is the least healthy thing here. Well, how about French style yogurt? That's got to be good, right? Look, it comes in a glass jar. It's like artisanal yogurt. It's very French. It's got to be good for us, right? Let's take a look at it here. What's in this? Well, milk, of course, is the first ingredient. Second ingredient, cane sugar. Where's my trash can again? Second ingredient, cane sugar. You got to be kidding me. Okay, this one's really super hard to read, but protein, 5 grams of protein, carbohydrates, 19, so a little bit less. Okay, fat, 7 grams of fat, and calories, 160 calories in this tiny little guy. Baked potatoes, a better choice. I hate to say it. Looks like I'm becoming an advertising vehicle for baked potatoes. Okay, oui means yes. No means no. No to we. No to yes. Oh, okay. Now, I love Chobani. It's like their amazing Greek yogurt, super thick. It says blueberries on the bottom. It says right on here. It's got a new look. And it says same yogurt. New look, same yogurt. They're not making a lot of fancy claims, but they are saying no fake fruit, no artificial flavors, no artificial sweeteners, no preservatives, no GMO, no gluten, and no RBST. Okay, it's like no, I guess a growth hormone or something. I'm not even sure what that is. Okay, so what is it? How does this look? 12 grams of protein, much more protein. Carbohydrates, 18 carbohydrates. Fat, 0. There's no fat in this. Calories, 1 container, 120 calories. Okay. Let's look more deeply. Non-fat yogurt. Okay, that's the main ingredient. Blueberries. That's a good sign. Yogurt, then blueberries. What's the third ingredient? Evaporated cane sugar, water, fruit pectin. Okay, and a few other things that I can't pronounce. Plus a bunch of cultures. Third ingredient, sugar. Where's my trash can? Sorry, Chobani, right in the trash. I would be much better off putting this in the trash than in my body, okay? I'm going to say no to the added sugar, the added cane sugar. Hey, cane sugar. Hey, sugar cane. Are you over there? You doing okay, sugar cane? You see my sugar cane? Okay. You know what? We got to figure out how to make some sugar out of that sugar cane. I'm sure it involves a process. All right. So, I don't know, that added sugar. I don't think so. Let's look at a different one. Okay, our breakfast choices. Hey, Chobani, how you doing? Ooh, not very fancy packaging. It's very plain. It looks super generic. Very boring on the shelf. Like against, think about that. Look at that. Here's the lineup. Who do you gonna vote for? Weave, French style yogurt. Ya love la yogurt, probiotics. Supports immunity and digestion. There's like screaming, eat me. This, boring. All right, let's look at the boring one. Original plain non-fat. Okay, triple strain to be thick and creamy, perfect for small spoon eating or big spoon cooking. Has a lot of things on here like only natural ingredients, like the other one mentioned, no artificial flavors, no artificial sweeteners, no preservatives, no GMO, no gluten, no RBST. Okay, let's look more carefully here. 15 grams of protein. Carbohydrate, 6. Already, I can tell you this is on my team. 6 carbohydrates, much lower carbohydrate. Fat, 0. I like to have a little bit of fat, but I can pick the fat up with a few nuts. Okay, what's actually in it? Let's look more deeply here. All right, non-fat yogurt. What's the main ingredient in yogurt? Yogurt. Okay. What else here? Contains live, active cultures. That's it? No added sugar. There you go. Okay, is this going to taste a little bit different from these super sugary ones? Of course it's going to taste different. Can I enjoy the thick and creamy taste of this yogurt without these extra things? Can I, if I want something that has a little bit of sweetness, can I dip into back here? I have my banana chips. Can I add 2 banana chips to that? Just 2 little tiny dried banana pieces. It'll give me a little bit of potassium. Yes, I can. I have back here my little quick release Oxbows. You know, I like these jars right here, these Bell. You know, they're awesome. That's what our pantry is. All these like kind of jars like this, which I like. But I also like, for things that I have a lot of regularly, I like this little pushy thing here. Can you see it? Okay. And it comes off easily. Can I add a couple of apple chips here to include a little sweetness? Yeah, much better plan. I'm going to leave these apple chips right out here because I think I might have that Chobani for my breakfast. I think because I'm looking at this here, I think I'm going to have a broccoli. I think I'm going to have 2 hard-boiled eggs. Right in the trash, right in the trash. If I wanted to have a cereal, maybe Cheerios, we talked about this already. Cheerios here, this one container has 4 grams of protein, 26 a little high in the carbohydrates, 26 versus the, what was this, 6 in the Chobani right there? 2.5 grams of fat, and the calories is about 130 calories. I definitely am not going to have my Raisin Bran here. Raisin Bran. Do you remember this one? 5 grams of protein. Okay. Carbohydrate. 68 carbohydrates. Okay, I'm keeping this around just as an artifact because I used to love to eat Raisin Bran. And fat, 1.5 grams of fat, 1 container, 280 calories. Okay, what would be better? What would be better? Potato or Raisin Bran? This potato has about 250 calories. It has about 58 carbohydrates, and about 5 grams of fat. Okay? I don't know. The potato has no added sugar. I'm looking at this. Can you see 68 carbohydrates? Guess what? Potato is infinitely better choice. The whole thing has also a lot more volume. Okay, it's going to turn to sugar pretty quick, but guess what's going to turn to sugar faster? Raisin Bran. Because why? Because it has whole grain wheat. Second ingredient, sugar. Third ingredient, raisin, super sugary. Fourth ingredient, rice, turns to sugar fast. I could go on and on. There's brown sugar syrup. There's corn syrup. Modified cornstarch. Molasses. Man, there's honey in it. They go on and on. Sorry, Raisin Bran. I used to love you, but you treated me bad. I had no idea that I let a wild animal into my house. I thought it was a common, ordinary house pet. What if you brought in a pet and it was so cute, right? And it turns out it wasn't a kitten, it was like a puma, right? You'd be like, whoa. You'd be looking for my student Greg Hall, who he's in California now somewhere, and he runs like a zoo. Like, it's kind of like a zoo. It's kind of like a place where people get these exotic pets, like a puma. It's like really little. I don't know how much a puma is. It's probably like 10 grand. And a baby puma is so cute. It looks like a kitten you play with, whatever. Then all of a sudden it gets big. And then what do you do with a puma that wants to eat you, right? Well, what you do is you give it to my friend Greg Hall, and he takes care of it forever, right? And then connects with zoos and sometimes places animals, but there's this whole world of exotic animals that people think is a brilliant idea to try to buy them and keep them as pets. But yes, I saw Greg Hall a couple years ago, and he was telling me about all the different creatures. They have cougars, they have foxes, they have tigers, they have lions in their zoo, they have coyotes, they have a lot of exotic animals that they take care of, because these animals, people try to domesticate them, okay? Some animals cannot be domesticated. A wolf cannot be domesticated, right? So Raisin Bran is like that. You let this in the house, like whatever, this cannot be domesticated. This is like wild as a wild puma. Okay, let's be smart. If you want like a pet, anything will be better than a lion or a puma, unless you're a lion tamer by profession, or you're a scientist when it comes to this. You actually know how to work with them. Listen, there's nobody on the planet whose body over time can endure. Like a caveman, Sven and Gertrude would say, 2 thumbs down, they'd never eat this if they come. Yeah, it looks easy, but they know intuitively in cavewoman days, we got to work a little bit for our food. It's okay to work for our food. Okay, I got a lot of choices. You saw what I'm doing. 2 egg whites. I'm going to do a few pieces of broccoli like this. I'm going to have a little bit of apple. I'm thinking about the yogurt, but instead I might have that piece of cheese. That's probably my breakfast right there. I'm going to add a cauliflower to it. I got to look for the trash for these other things. I might just save them and look at them. Like I let a wild animal in the house. I'm just going to observe their behavior. Well, they have no behavior. They're just going to sit there. They're going to sit there and they're going to mind their own business because I'm going to leave them alone. I'm going to have, this is my breakfast. There you go. All right. Have a super great day. See you in a few hours.